This is gonna be a long one. Hello there. As you may know, I don't talk about skincare a lot on this channel, and it's because sometimes I don't feel like I should talk about it if I'm not like fully educated on it. On the other hand, I talk about makeup a lot and I'm not educated in that either. So just a little disclaimer, I'm not a professional, I'm not a dermatologist or an esthetician or a chemist. I'm just a researcher in a different field who is very enthusiastic about skincare. I use a lot of it, I try a lot of it, I investigate a lot about the ingredients and everything I can. But again, you know, I'm not a professional and also every skin is different, so what is working for me may not work for you. You know the drill, I just had to say it. Why are you giving us these disclaimers, lady? So the thing is, there's a brand I talk about a lot on this channel, and the brand is called CATRICE. And CATRICE does a lot of makeup, a lot of great makeup. However, they also have skincare, and they have quite a lot of it. Some of them I actually managed to get my hands on. I didn't try everything they make because at this point it's quite a lot of products, but I wanted to give you as much useful opinion on the products that I have. So I've been using all of these for months. On and off. Some of these I really like, and some of these are kind of a miss for me. I'm not the first person ever to review these, but I thought that maybe, if anything, I can send it to my friends when they ask me if they should buy CATRICE Skincare. So that's kind of it. So let's get to it. We have actually quite a lot of products in here, from toners, night masks, serums, and lip products. We're gonna get into it. Also, why do I look like John Cena? I have no idea. I'm sorry. I will try to show you. I want to give each product some fair review and tell you what I think, what are the ingredients, what didn't fit if it was bad, and what also fit with me if it was good. For each of the products I have application demo, and I also have like a little hand swatch almost to show you the texture as close as possible. So we're gonna start off with the toner. This is the CATRICE Pore 2-in-1 Peeling and Toner. There's 100 milliliters of product, which is honestly not the most generous amount. However, this is a very, very nice product. Comes in a very toner typical packaging. This toner is supposed to be like a 2-in-1 product, as it says. So you get 1% of BHA and 3% of AHAs. So it's like a nice, very mild, very gentle exfoliating toner, but it also has plenty of hydrating ingredients. Nice things about this toner are that it's very hydrating, it's very gentle, and it's also non-comedogenic, so it's not going to clog your pores. So when you say BHA, of course, is the beta-hydroxy acids. In this case, we're looking at the salicylic acid, and the AHA is the mandelic acid, which are very like common ingredients in exfoliating toners. From the hydrating ingredients, what we have is glycerin. We also have green tea extract and allantoin, I believe it's pronounced, which are also antioxidants and ingredients that are supposed to soothe the skin and have some anti-inflammatory properties. This product is one of my favorites that I've tried. It's very thin, and it has very watery texture, which is of course to be expected, but you never know. It's very gentle, but I felt like when I was using it, and I was using it quite a lot, I'm like down here at this point, I really felt a difference. I always feel a difference when I use exfoliators, okay? When I use a good exfoliating product, I can tell on my pores, on my nose, I could tell when I was using this that it's effective. Was it as effective as my like stronger exfoliating toners? No. However, if you're starting with exfoliating toners and exfoliants in general, I would say this is a great product to start with, because not only is it very gentle, it has many hydrating ingredients, but it also has a very low percentage of the acids, so your skin can actually get used to them like really easily. If you've never used an exfoliating toner and you're new to them, it is possible that the skin is going to, you know, take a minute to really settle and be able to use these on a regular basis. But I would say this is a great starting point if you want to start with exfoliation. Yeah, this product seemed a little bit random to me, but this is the CATRICE Hydro Depuffing Eye Serum with 1.5% hyaluronic acid. This is, I believe, the only eye care product that CATRICE has. This eye serum comes in this little container with a roller ball, and you get 15 milliliters of product, which is quite decent. This is mostly supposed to be depuffing and hydrating, and the main ingredients that are supposed to ensure these properties are hyaluronic acid and caffeine. So those are just some ingredients you usually find in your eye serums or eye creams. Many of them have those. So I would say that like ingredient wise, there's nothing very special about it. Majority of the cooling sensation always comes from the little metal ball, but this product overall doesn't really get like a big thumbs up from me for a very particular reason, and that's the freaking packaging. Like the ball is just, it's just too small. The ball is too small and it's like too tightly on the plastic bit. So it was just like pinching my eye area a lot. It was getting stuck to my lashes a lot, so there was more pain than cooling, to be honest. But the product inside is actually quite nice once you actually get it out, because the ball is so tight in there that you can hardly get any product out. So you either have to really shake it and then like really roll it for a long time, or you have to like roll it at your hand and then apply it on your eyes. It's just a little bit too fussy for me. Nowadays, I just mostly travel with it because I just cannot be bothered to put my eyes through this pain every morning. But if you are looking for something hydrating for your under eyes, and again, you don't really use eye care, you want to start, like sure, if you don't mind the fussy packaging, I would say it's nice, it's a good product. I just really dislike the packaging. Now we are going to move on to serums. There's quite a lot of these and Catrice keeps launching more and more, but I just can't keep up. I wanted to like thoroughly test the ones that I have, and maybe in the future I can test some other ones. So we're gonna start off with the hydrating serums, and let me start with this one. This is the Catrice Hydro Plumping Serum. This is probably the worst hydrating serum I have ever used in my entire life. Because this is not a serum, this is a goddamn jelly. I haven't disliked a hyaluronic acid serum this much ever in my life, I think. So you get 30 milliliters of product in this like very standard packaging. All of the serums have the same one. You get 1.5% hyaluronic acid in it, vitamin B5, and there's also panthenol. So it's supposed to be like very soothing, hydrating, plumping, you know the drill. It's like a very standard hydrating hyaluronic acid serum. They're not a necessary thing in your routine if you already have hyaluronic acid in other products, and chances are you do, but if you're going simple or you need that extra hydration, sure, a nice hyaluronic acid serum is great. The problem with this one is specifically the texture. It is so thick. I hope you can see it in the clip. It's very hard to spread. It spreads in like a very thick layer and it doesn't really want to like blend well with the skin. It's extremely sticky because it's so thick, and just overall it's not a pleasant experience to use it, which really makes me not want to use it at all. I've used about half of it, which I'm very surprised by. I think this is a big miss formula-wise. The formula of this serum is just not good in my opinion, and even if you have very dry skin, this is not gonna work for you because it's not thick in terms of like nourishment. So I would say this is just a big miss. But this is a little bit of cheating because this is sort of a limited edition product. But this is the Catrice Hyaluronic Boost Serum from the Clean ID collection. And let me tell ya, this serum is like 50 times better. It's very similar in ingredients. There's also 30 milliliters. I even like the packaging more. It also contains hyaluronic acid and panthenol, so again, it's hydrating, it's soothing, and it's also suitable for sensitive skin specifically. This is just so much better in terms of texture. It's nicely hydrating, it's not too thick, it spreads nicely, it absorbs nicely, it's not as sticky. I would say that this is a way better option, and it's just very, very nice. Continuing on the note of more hydrating serums, we have this one, which is the Catrice Energy Boost Serum. Once again, you get 30 milliliters in it, and it contains 7% of ginger complex. Now, if you just look at this, you're not really gonna get much of like, but what is it for? Like, what does it do, right? Not only does it contain ginger, it also contains hyaluronic acid and PHAs. So I was like, yes, this is my perfect morning serum. And I was right, it's a great morning serum. So, you know, ginger is well known for like brightening the skin and making it more radiant, just as the PHAs, which are a very mild form of exfoliant. They're even milder than the AHAs, and they're more like a surface exfoliators. So again, it's going to make you more radiant, more glowy. And then you get the hyaluronic acid, which is again hydrating ingredient. So it's not only like super brightening, but it's also hydrating. Texture-wise, it's a little bit on the middle. However, it does absorb very quickly and it doesn't really leave a residue. So I don't mind the initial thickness. It It does leave you with a very nice radiant skin. I do really like the serum. Okay, speaking of glow, we have the CATRICE Glow Booster Serum with 10% vitamin complex. It's a lot thinner and kind of milky, so the texture is very nice. It's just a tiny bit sticky, but it's very thin, and it again absorbs really well. So the 10% vitamin complex, again, you look at the bottle, you don't really know what you're looking at, right? Looking at the ingredients, what really made me happy was the niacinamide as a second ingredient right after water. If you like niacinamide in your skincare, just like I do, because it helps to reduce sebum, it brightens up the skin, it evens it out. It just overall is a really helpful ingredient. I recommend you do your own research because I usually forget a lot of properties. But this is a very nice like blend of different vitamins. So you get vitamin C, which is, again, for the brightening, evening out the skin, helping with hyperpigmentation in some cases. Then you get vitamin E, which is on the other hand like very soothing, repairing, I believe. Then we get vitamin B3, which is niacinamide, which, as I said, is a very nice ingredient. Except for those, you also get some nice fruit extracts like pineapple extract, lemon extract, which can be a little bit irritating, but I didn't find it to do so in this formula. You also get squalane and glycerin, so it has some nice hydrating properties as well. Squalane is a dry oil, which is a very nice hydrator for both dry and oily skin. And, glycerin is just a nice humectant. We all know and love. So I would say this is like such a nice blend of ingredients, and it really set well with my skin. I find it very nice, and again, it gives me that like very nice glowy skin, and it soaks in very fast. So this was also another big hit from me. Now we're gonna move on into the thick serum category. So the first one I have is the CATRICE Relax Stress Defender Serum with 5% squalane. Stress defense, exactly what everybody needs these days. You get 28 ml of product, which is slightly less than the other ones. However, this serum is extremely thick. This is the one I quite enjoy when my skin is extremely dry, and also in the winter. So in the winter time, this is like my perfect nighttime hydrating serum. In the summer, absolutely not. This is actually a very nice serum. I find it kind of soothing on the skin, and it's very hydrating. What I don't like about it as much is the texture, because the milky texture, in my opinion, is very hard to spread, and it doesn't glide on as nicely. So you are kind of like rubbing your face a little too much, and it doesn't really want to soak in. And it also has like the kind of a heavy feeling. On one hand, you have the squalane, which is a great hydrator, very lightweight. But on the other hand, this also contains shea butter. It also contains glycerin, so from the hydrating standpoint, it's a great serum. But I think the shea butter really like messes up the texture for me. But overall, it's a very nice serum. And if you have extremely dry skin, I believe that it would be great for you. For oily skin, I cannot really see this sinking in right. And the last face serum I have is this CATRICE Youth Boost Serum. You also get 28 milliliters, and it's also this like thicker milky texture in the white frosted glass bottle, and it has 3% of vegan collagen, which is great. We all love a nice anti-aging serum. However, this one is even thicker than the previous one, so this one really was like my least favorite of all of them. It's so hard to spread, it doesn't want to soak in, it doesn't want to sit right, it doesn't mix well with other serums. It's just very hard for me to work with it, and I don't really feel much difference in my skin when I use it. Even though this serum also had quite a thick texture, it's worth it, because you wake up in the morning and your skin is beautiful and hydrated and everything, and then you wake up in the morning after this and you don't really see a difference, or at least I didn't. So either it's not great for my skin type, or it just doesn't really work for me at all. Now, if you look at the ingredients, of course you get the vegan collagen, which is great, we all know, anti-aging ingredient, amazing. But you also get glycerin, you get the squalane again, so you have some, again, hydration. But there is also shea butter and bakuchiol. I believe it's called bakuchiol. It's a very well-known ingredient. A couple years back, it was presented as like this huge thing, like a great replacement for retinol. So you're actually getting quite a lot more of the anti-aging properties than it's advertised, I think. For me, the shea butter is just, again, messing up the formula, so I'm not a big fan of this formula at all. Yeah, but again, maybe if you have extremely dehydrated skin, this could be good for you because it's very thick. If you like thick serums, if you don't layer a lot of them, maybe this would be nice for you, but I'm just not there right now in my life. Now let's look at a product I did not expect. I don't think CATRICE has any moisturizers to this day, which is kind of a shame because I do like me a good drugstore moisturizer. But what they have is the CATRICE Hydro Overnight Mask. It's a night mask, y'all. It's a night mask. It's supposed to be 48-hour hydrating. It has 5% squalane, and you get 20 milliliters, which is really not a lot. Very simple product, very popular these days. I myself have multiple hydrating night masks and I really enjoy using them. This one, except for the squalane, it also has aloe and vitamin C. So, you know, some nice hydration, some nice soothing, and some nice brightening. It's actually nice. I really didn't expect it to be because the plastic packaging was kind of throwing me off a little bit from the start. However, I really do like it. Every time I use it, I wake up with a very nice and hydrated face. That's like a very important thing to me because I hate waking up with dry face. I do like the effect it gives me. I'm just a little disappointed that you get just this little chug because I could really use a bit more. And it also smells like a cucumber, like a plastic cucumber. And we're down to our last category, which is lip care. At first I kind of wanted to skip these products. On the other hand, nobody really talks about them, so why not? So the first product I have is the Lip Pyjama Night Mask with hyaluronic gel and shea butter. It looks like this. It's very cute and purple. Now, they have multiple of these lip masks. I believe this was like a whole line of lip care products, and I went for this one because hyaluronic gel just felt right for my soul. I was very excited about it, right? I'm not the biggest fan of shea butter, but I thought, you know what? Hyaluronic gel, it sounds awesome. It's really not. So the first thing I don't like is the scent. It just smells like weird lavender, and I don't really enjoy lavender scented things in general, but this one in particular on my mouth, it's there for so long and it's so strong. I just don't want to smell lavender all night. The other thing is, it doesn't even last all night. It just doesn't have the right kind of texture that's really gonna get you through the night, if you know what I mean. It's very thick and uncomfortable, but in the wrong way. Gulpy, it doesn't want to spread, it's just weird. Really not my favorite texture. And the last thing we have is also sadly not a big hit, and this is the CATRICE Lip Super Serum with apricot kernel oil. Thought I might as well mention it when I'm at the lip product. You get 2.5 milliliters of product, so it's kind of like a gloss. It does have one of those like brush applicators, which is kind of annoying to me, but I can get over it. It smells very familiar to me. However, it's not good at all. Yeah, it does have some nice ingredients, like you have the apricot oil, you have argan oil, you have jojoba oil, sunflower oil, and honey extract. So really you're looking at some nice mixture of oils and hydrating ingredients, honey. So you would expect this to be like really good. First of all, this travels all the way down your throat. Second of all, when you brush it on, you're like, oh yeah, it's glidey, it's glossy, it's awesome. And then you put your lips together and it feels like tiny grains of sand. Like, you know what I mean? I know you know what I mean. You expected it to be like this beautiful, like balmy, slippy, thick, awesome layer of goodness. And then you do this and it's like sandpaper. That's kind of what it feels like. Not it. That's not it. So that's kind of it actually. So that was my very like honest and hopefully helpful review of these 11 skincare products, but I would say that it's not bad. It's kind of working in some places. I think they really need to work on their textures and make things more lightweight. I think that ingredient wise, these products are great if you're getting into skincare, but if you are already using some products and you tend to use like 2 to 3 serums every time you do your skincare, just like I do, you just cannot be layering stuff with tons of shea butter. It just doesn't work. You know, if you don't mind thicker serums at all, and you're looking at me like, what the fuck is she talking about? Then go ahead. I would say you can buy any of these and be perfectly fine because all of them are gonna be great for you. If you do mind thick textures, if you have oily skin, if you have easily congested pores, if you use more than one serum sometimes, if you tend to use thicker moisturizers, if you just have trouble with thicker textures, if your skin cannot take a lot of product and just sweats right off, take care and just think twice before you buy any of these really. Overall, I'm still pretty impressed because for the price point, for the fact that it's a makeup brand, I think they did pretty well, and there is a wide variety of products, and I'm glad that they kind of dipped into the AHA and BHA category. We have exfoliating serum, we have some anti-aging ingredients, we have a lot of variety, which is very nice. Hopefully I helped you if you were looking for some information on any of these products. So thank you very much for watching, consider subscribing, and if you want to see more videos like this, I don't know, maybe like this one, so I'll know that I should make another one. Bye!